Welcome to episode 5 of Simply, because it's simply good. It's simply potatoes. I think those are what you know, is that it? Is it simply potatoes? There's Bob Evans. This is not an ad for them, by the way. It's just, I'm trying to think of simple statements. I don't know. It's hard. I'm a simple person. There we go. I'm simply trying to give a podcast to the people. Okay? That's all. I'm trying to give some entertainment to everybody. Here's the thing. We're gonna talk about easy peasy, lemon squeezy, the majesty, the wonderful, just social media. Social media in general. There's so many of them. There's Instagram, there's TikTok, Snapchat. I've been through a lot of them, most of them, not every single one of them. I was on Vine. I still think Vine was much better, but I do think TikTok has its benefits. So here we are in a time where, yes, I am very much saying that I appreciate everything I've been through, but I've come to a time where the simple message is going to be first in this beautiful, beautiful topic, which is pick one social media and stick with it. Now, I don't know which one that would be for you because obviously, if you're posting music, maybe YouTube, maybe SoundCloud, maybe it's something kind of like, I don't know, Spotify. Maybe you're just posting on Spotify. Whatever one you think you're going to be more successful on, whatever way you can distribute whatever it is you make, that's really where I always felt, you know, you want to go. You want to go to the most flexible for you. And in this case, mine had two factors, and I'm sure everybody is thinking about it. I wanted money, and I want money, and then I want uh, the ability to be viewed by millions, if not billions. I'm not looking for like crazy money. I just want a financial stability that I don't have from a 9 to 5 job. And that's kind of where, when I was working at a grocery store, it kind of pushed me because I was kind of like, you know what, heck with this. There are people out there doing these things. It's not impossible. I've seen it. It's definitely happening. It's definitely happening in these societies. So I don't I don't know why these societies. This society. It That sentence bothered me. Anyway, um, you can do pretty much anything on YouTube. You can do almost anything, if not more, to my knowledge, on TikTok, because I feel like people get away with murder on there. I feel like you could go on TikTok and say anything under the sun, and then basically, you know, it might get flagged on YouTube, but not on TikTok. Uh, is every social media that way? No, it is not, my good sir. I think that Snapchat is for people who are already famous in my head. YouTube is good for people starting, and obviously the ones who want to get paid. I don't care about X. Honestly, Twitter, X, whatever it is, the the tweeting, the whatever you want to call it, the message in the bubble thing. I get it, but I didn't even like Facebook status posts. I don't like Facebook posts, to be quite frank with you. I don't like Facebook. And like MySpace. I'm nitpicky about all the social media. Now, Instagram, really early Instagram, really, really, really early Instagram, I didn't understand it. A middle ground before Facebook bought it, before it was Facebook owned, made a little more sense because everyone was kind of doing it. It wasn't just like a random app that someone was like, yeah, it's Instagram. We just post photos. You got you got Facebook where you post photos and basically can tweet. You have Twitter, where you could just tweet. And then you got Instagram, where you can just post photos, which then all of them kind of evolve into TikTok because everyone's like short form content. That's where the future is. I don't think that's entirely true. I think short form content is like a really big bubble. I think it'll always be around now because of what happened. And I think that long form content still has a place in society. That's why I'm making a podcast, because it's longer than 15 seconds or a minute or 3 minutes. I can talk to you, I can convey a message, and you can sit here and listen to me and hopefully enjoy it. You're welcome. I I can hear you praising me from the other side, or you hate me, and then it's no bueno. But which honestly, if you made it to episode 5, how can you hate me and still listen to this? That's uh, thank you. I don't know. I guess that would just be friendly support. Which at that point, are we best friends? Anyway, that's um YouTube. I always tried in my earlier setup from 2013 up till now. If we're going from the beginning of the time when I started making a cartoon, the plan was always this: just YouTube, just YouTube, plain and simple. Then there was buy ads on Facebook, and I tried to buy ads to get people to watch my channel. You know, like, go see the channel, go look at the channel, go look at. I don't have anyone to watch. Then we get up to TikTok years, you know, and I've tried to do Instagram, I've tried to do Facebook, I've tried to do YouTube. We had the copyright strikes on a couple videos for my YouTube at one point, so that's why I ended up making a second pretty much clone of my channel. We went from having a Red Squid Productions from 2014 to a Red Squid Productions, I think, from 2020 or 2021. But the point is, I started in 2014. They just won't give me the credit now because I had to make an entirely new channel and just basically rebrand it as the channel that I already had. Because of copyright strikes, they wouldn't take away, which now I'm older and wiser, and I probably could have fought a little more for the appeal process, but here we are. This is why we make mistakes and we move on. TikTok was a very big period, and I'm going to say that it was very confusing for me because even I didn't know what it was going to become. And even now, I still don't really, like, do we really know what's happening with it? No. I don't think anybody does. I think it's pretty simple. It's probably not going away. I don't think it'll ever go away. It's like a cockroach. But YouTube is more like a we have money and we pay cockroach. And that is why I think that when you look at Google and their ecosystem, it's not where even I don't even really want to be in the ecosystem. I've gone through every different social media, but um, the real the real wish here is that you keep it simple, right? This is the podcast. You want to keep it simple. So I tried posting in every single one. I had schedules. I even tried to put it in my calendar. I made a posting schedule in my own calendar. And do you know what that got me? Burnt out, tired, and pretty much distraught. So like I loved posting. If you're listening to this on YouTube, I loved posting for you guys. I loved doing live videos. That was really fun. But then once TikTok came, I tried to dual wield. I even started a Twitch account to the point where I was streaming from, I think I had an iPad and 2 phones streaming. And what did that get me? Like 13 followers. And I'm grateful for the 13 followers. But I just didn't understand. Like, I felt like a kid with a camera. I put the camera on and I was like, oh boy, any day now. Like, I literally was like SpongeBob level hope, like, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I was, but I just didn't have the throughput, the follow through, the sweet wave of people that like in my head I was just going to go on and then it was like, yeah, I have 1 million followers. Thanks. And did I get that? No. But I have a good selection of subscribers on YouTube, which for my regular channel, not so many. I think I'm not even to 1,000 on my animation channel, and I'm definitely not to 1,000 on my YouFoundBryan channel. But that's why we're doing the podcast, because we need to make sure that we have some form of content and we're posting things. Um, the the real the real bombshell here is, how do you go from starting out to being successful? And that's the leap that I haven't actually figured out. Like, you want Mr. Beast level success because you want to be a part of something big. You want to be a part of something crazy. You know, you want the money. Who doesn't want the money? Everyone's like, don't do it for the money. Even Simon Squibb, don't do it for the money. Some of it is the money. I don't like, I don't, you know, I get it. You know, do it because you want to love it. And you want to, if you love it, then you'll feel free. And I do understand that, because I had moments where I'm like, yes. But then there's also moments where you're like, well, I've got bills. And that's where I tell you that, unlike everybody else who says, like, yeah, do it for the money, I understand the conflicting nature of the pull. But sadly, even though I feel that way, those really rich people, whether it be some angel investor or Mr. Beast, or telling you this weird advice like, just do what you love and then it happens, they're not lying. They're not lying, because in their experience, that's what they did. That's what they did, and it happened. And it can still happen for you. It's just, does it work out? That's, you know? And I think with consistency, I think if you listen to some advice of some of these people and then you just kind of continue to do things, the thing that they're not saying is that the more you go about this, the more you like physically say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to work on this stuff, and I'm going to put in the effort to be this much better version of myself. Like, you don't want to just like fool yourself into like instant success sometimes, you know? You keep the mindset like, yes, I already have it, but you do it from the point where you are. Like a realistic fake it till you make it, you know? That's how I do it anyway. I say, wow, level, calm, here we are, keep working. Because you know what? It is working, because I can see myself being successful, okay? Success is in the eye of the soon to be successful. And for the most part, there's a lot of confusing social medias out there. I'm posting on YouTube, I'm using Spotify podcasts. I've used them all, I have the accounts. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I update things, and sometimes I post in other places. I would love to get to the point where I have a really nice podcast and I can actually just be like, Ben Stiller, please join me. Adam Sandler, get up here. Like, let's talk movies. Let's talk about these weird things going on in their lives. I would love to share and swap stories about success and talk about simple, calm life things, you know? Maybe it's not about their movies. Maybe it's just like, let's just have a chat, you know? But what this podcast is versus like my cartoons and things, they all have different purposes. So like podcast could just be Spotify podcasts for me. And then for my YouTube channel, you know, do I really need to post this to YouTube? No. But I don't do long form content for myself. And I honestly don't know that I would continue to just do like online vlogs, because I feel like sometimes I have that thing where you like look at your face and you're watching yourself and you're like, eh, eh. You know, you're judging yourself a little. When it's just my voice, I feel a lot better. I feel good. I like it. It's a podcast. It's simple. I don't have to be complex. Now, YouTube is definitely for video, but people get away with posting beautiful things like podcasts with screenshots and other stuff. So I think that that's just fine. You find your spot, you do what you're comfortable with. You don't have to branch out to the point that you're like, I don't like what I'm doing. Okay? It's never been about do something and fall back. So that's where I want to round back to social media because I don't like Snapchat. I don't like Facebook. I don't like MySpace. I'm uncomfortable posting on most of those things. Snapchat's just for my friends. Sometimes I'll put up some public videos just because, like I said, I have the thing set up that way. I have the whole account so that I can use it as such. But I like posting videos on TikTok. I like posting videos on YouTube. But I think the experience on YouTube, when it comes to building a following, is not as easy and happens as quickly as TikTok. So there's a line, okay? I always say right now, after all of my posting and different experiences on different platforms, you want to post where you feel most comfortable. And I think that it's definitely better to post on one place and then branch out. Doesn't mean don't make an account on everything because you obviously want your name or you think it'll pay off to have your name or do TikToks later or something like that. Maybe you just don't have the time to do TikTok. That's the other thing. You're only human and I'm only human. And posting every day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day on TikTok, that seems like garbage. And you know what? Whether the algorithm likes me or not, my 200 views are 200 views and I'll take it. I don't care what anybody has to say about algorithms, how things work. Just put it up. Just put it up. At least you did something and you can feel proud. As long as you like what you did and you're like, that's good, put it up. I don't really like reading comments. That's my advice to you. But if you can handle it and you got a strong stomach and you can handle the ups and downs of whatever the heck people say, then go for it. But for me, comments generally off the radar, and I don't want to have to read into them. So, sometimes they're like middle ground where you like hear different things and you're like, I don't know if that's positive or not positive. So, my advice to you is to keep it simple. To do only one type of social media. And I'm not saying just do YouTube. I'm saying just find the one that you like. Find the social media that you're comfortable with. Start there. Put some real good effort into it. Really do something that you find meaningful. It's not like do finger painting and just get, you say you want to be a painter. Don't make finger paints and then just be like, I've made 400 finger paints pictures and then, it looks like a child made it, but then you're like, nobody wants my finger paint. Now I have all these finger paints and, maybe one of them was popular for a little bit, but then no one else wanted them. That sometimes happens. It's not always about quantity over quality. That weird sentence that everybody always says, quantity over quality or quality over quantity, whatever I don't know order. I think it's quality over quantity, but either way, it's, the idea is post something good if you think it's good, and then things will get better. You'll learn as you go along. Okay. I'm not even in the most, I wouldn't say I've even, like, if I was to look at my YouTube career, I haven't even peaked. I haven't even hit a point where I'm not even getting paid. Okay. I'm doing this for free. this, I am, this is why it's important. You want to listen to my things, get me paid. I appreciate it. You want to share this with people? Do you find something meaningful in this? Good for you. Good for me. Everybody learns something. We're all, high fiving each other. whatever you want to put that analogy to. I'm right now just having fun talking because I'm sick of talking about what's going on today, and I want to talk about before and now and what's on my mind. And that's why it was simple. It was a simple idea, and that's how I ended up coming up with this name. So, I'm also posting on YouTube because, you get enough watch time, you get the right following. If I really want to, I can be like, go to Spotify podcasts. You know, maybe I get more money from everybody listening, and then nobody has to hear silly ads, from YouTube in the middle. It is what it is. I just want everybody to make sure that they're happy. It's a it's a weird balance. Having all the social medias can really stress you out. And that's the simple message.